gamers, this is NGG here with another review video. This time it's of Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. So this is a B game for me. I've defeated both parts. I will talk about them each separately. So let's get on with the video. So let's talk about the story, which there's not much of a story for the Super 3D World part that I could remember. I know we had to save some fairies from Bowser's clutch and then defeat Bowser. This time the princess didn't need saving. Thank God Princess Peach didn't need saving. She was part of the cast. She was one of the members of the cast, so that was great. I think that's really it for the story. Like, Mario games aren't known for their stories that I can remember, but so that's it for this story. Let's talk about gameplay. So this is definitely a platformer. I am going to put this out here that I hate platformers. I am not very good at them. I never claimed to be. But I am trying my best to learn how to play platformers and do better. So that's that. I am trying to be a better player all around. I mean, there are obviously going to be hiccups to the road. I really don't like platformers. The only reason I played this one and the only reason it skipped the line for most Mario games for me was because it was an online game that I got to play with you guys. So most of you guys who are regulars on my streams, I know not everybody's here for the streams, but most of you guys that are regular for the streams were able to participate with me on that game. And so we played with a lot of our friends online this one, and I'm gonna put this out that I was hard carried through this game. I'm not gonna lie, I know I was hard carried because when it came to the Bowser's Fury, it's a different story, and we're gonna talk more about that in a little bit. But so yeah, it's a lot of platforming. You get the cat suits, and you get a couple of power-ups. You have the Tanuki power-up, you have the cat suit, you have the fire, and I think that was it. I could be wrong, don't quote me. So yeah, you get the power-ups, and then you get the golden Tanuki. So if you're doing really bad like me, you get like this golden Tanuki power suit, and you're invincible to destruction. You're not invincible to fall damage, but you're invincible to destruction while you're playing. So for people like me who have a hard time platforming, and it's already a big deal to platform, you get the power up so that they don't hit you while you're trying your best to platform. So for me, it was a good thing because I don't platform well. And so platforming and watching my back with monsters, that was yeah. So the Goombas didn't get me, or the fireballs. So that's it for gameplay. Obviously I played this all exclusively online, so every episode is gonna be on my live streams playlist. Maybe I'll make a separate playlist just for this Mario game and the Bowser's part, but for sure this was definitely all live stream. The 3D World, I beat it from start to finish with you guys, and that is how I enjoy playing my games with you guys. If they're multiplayer and we can play together, why not? So yeah, I defeated this whole game with you guys, and then now let's get into the how robust the online was. So there were things about the online that I liked, and there were things about the online I didn't like. So the online, when you opened the room, you had to you could create a password if you wanted, or you could just not create a password and whoever was there. The only time that they can join is when you were in that menu. And so if you had a room and you just needed one person, you couldn't just go back into the room and just the last slot fill up. You had to empty out your room and then restart the room, which I kind of didn't like because sometimes there were already people there, and I didn't want to kick the people that were already there out. I just wanted to add an extra person because I played it on Wednesdays for the most part. So a lot of you guys are at work, or a lot of you guys are at school. So for the most part, it wasn't like I needed to reset the lobby every time. So that was a thing, and so I didn't like that. I did like that the person who wanted to leave could pause and quit out, and they weren't stuck having to wait for the board to end or wait for anything to end. They could just dip whenever they wanted, which was fine. I did have some times where somebody was AFK, but because they were in the bubble, you didn't really feel that missing part unless you popped their bubble and they fell, and that was just their lost life. And when you needed to touch the pole at the end, what some of us did was we would grab the person and throw them to the pole at the end, which was funny. But that's how we dealt with anybody who was AFK or who had DC'd and stuff like that. And I appreciate that there's something in place for like not having to stand there and wait for that person to come back to play with us. So there's that. Now let's talk about the Bowser's Fury part. Now the Bowser's Fury part is a new experience to everybody with this game. It's like DLC that they added, which is fun. The story on this one is that you are trying to help Bowser Jr. get his dad to feel better. His dad has gotten real bad, and he doesn't know what's up with his dad, but he's like, his dad is normally bad, but he ain't this bad. Dad's gone crazy. So he's trying to help you fix his dad and have his dad be normal dad again, because this Fury part of Bowser is not his dad. And so you and Bowser Jr. are traversing the world and trying to find cat shines to somewhat like beat the Fury part out of Bowser. So you are definitely trying to find shines to kick Bowser's butt basically at the end. Also, the princess doesn't need saving in this one, so that's great. It's just the world that needs Bowser that needs saving from the Fury part. For this one, the gameplay on this one, you had two options, or I believe 2 or 3 options with Bowser Jr. And I picked the most hand-holdy one because I say I'm not a great platformer. So I put Bowser Jr. to help me a lot. So he would like go ahead and hit people along the way. I was still doing stuff, but he would hit people, grab coins, and I'm like, oh, that's great. It's like having a second player as AI. So that was nice. So I didn't have to worry about a lot of things that I would have had to worry had he not like done it for me, which is great. The thing with this one is you had a lot of little islands that you had to like collect the shines for. You had to collect, I believe, at least 50 shines to finish the game. There are 100 shines, I think 100 plus, or just 100 shines that you had to collect to beat 100% of the game. Also, we did 100% the 3D world, to 100% the world. So there's that. I only did the 50 because I wasn't trying to 100% Bowser's Fury. I was just trying to beat the game. I'm not one of those game persons who need to 100% a lot of my games. It's very, very rare that I want 100% the game. I feel like the only game I want 100% is Overcooked. And so I don't have any need for 100% in the game. I just really want to finish the game, say I beat it, and move on to the next game. So that's that with the gameplay. Bowser's Fury. Bowser's Fury does not come with online, and I did not play this with local co-op online, so I couldn't tell you how the multiplayer experience on this one was, because I played it completely single player for the Bowser's Fury part. So unfortunately, I know I love to talk about multiplayer on all my reviews, but this one, unfortunately, I did not play multiplayer, so I couldn't tell you how it went. So there is one more mode in the game that I need to talk about. It's the Luigi's Brother mode. Now this is, I believe, the classic Luigi's Brother arcade mode. You cannot play this with a Pro Controller, which is what I love to play with. You definitely have to play this with your Joy-Cons. And now, like I said, this is an old school game, so it's based on the old Luigi game that there was around, where you have to hit like these turtle things. You gotta like kind of jump over them. Try not to hit them more than once, obviously, but you have to like hit them once and then like get them down. This is not an easy mode for me. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a platformer, so I didn't spend much time in this board. But this is another mode to talk about in this game. So this game essentially has like three games, like one main game, the Super Mario World, the DLC, which is the Bowser's Fury, and then the like mini game, which is the Luigi's Brother game. So yeah, so I don't know that the Luigi's Brother is online either. I believe it's just local multiplayer, which is fine. I mean, it would have been cute if it was an online mode as well, but you know, you can't make online everything, I guess. Alright, I think that's it for the Luigi's Brother part. So, like, if I was gonna review each part, like, say, the 3D world, I would give it a 3.5 out of 5. And the Bowser's Fury part, a 2.5 out of 5. I think my game glitched. Here's the thing. I think my game glitched at the end. Because my sister was playing hers at the same time in her own apartment while we were talking, and at a certain shine level, Bowser wouldn't go away, and she said that she wasn't having that problem, and she had the same amount of stars. Like Bowser just wouldn't go away, and I'm like, Bowser, go away! I can't play my game. I can't jump over things while you're like throwing fireballs in my face. So leave me alone. But yeah, so that was I feel like the only problem I was having with Bowser's Fury. So that's probably why I was like, oh, that's it. At 50, I capped it. I was done. I was done with that game. So I think that's it for my review of Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Thank you guys for watching. Happy gaming. Bye.